step-by-step details on how to apply for renewal or reissue of Indian passport in Canada. This video applies to any Indian national living in Canada as a PR or on a study, work or travel visa and requires a renewal or reissue of Indian passport. Indian passport services in Canada are processed through BLS-Canada. BLS-Canada has walk-in centers in major cities across Canada, and they also accept postal applications. I'll explain both options on how to submit your application to BLS, so watch the video till the end. Before I proceed, please subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon and hit the like button. Your support helps me create more videos. Before you begin your application, know your BLS jurisdiction. You can check your BLS jurisdiction by visiting the BLS website, and on the home page, choose your jurisdiction or enter your postal code. Once you have chosen your jurisdiction, click Proceed to continue. You will see a pop-up on the BLS website. Go through the instructions mentioned on the pop-up screen. Any announcements from BLS will be updated on the pop-up screen. Don't skip the instructions. Links to booking, walk-in appointments and postal applications are available on the pop-up notification. Once you are through with the instructions, close the pop-up and click on Passport Services to choose New Booklet or Renewal. Go through the instructions on the Information tab regarding the new booklet or renewal of the passport. Only short validity passports issued for 1 or 2 years will be renewed before expiry. Indian passports with 5 or 10-year validity won't be renewed. Instead, they will be reissued. It means you will receive a new passport booklet with a different passport number than your previous one. If your passport is expiring but all existing details on your passport are good and don't need an update, you can apply for a reissue of your passport 1 year before its expiry date. You should, however, apply for passport reissue 6 months before expiry. If your details have changed, for example, you changed your home address or changed your surname after marriage and wish to update your passport details, then you can apply for a reissue of your passport anytime and need not wait until the expiry date. I'll go over the remaining tabs later in the video. Coming to the passport renewal application. On the Forms and Annexures tab, access the link to the online application form for passport renewal. On the Passport Seva website, select your region or country as Canada. Click on Register to apply for passport services on the Passport Seva website. You must register for an account before applying for passport service on the Passport Seva website. Choose your jurisdiction Indian Embassy or Consulate by clicking the drop-down. Fill in all the required details to create an account. Once you register, you will receive a confirmation email to activate your account. After activating your account, click on User Login and enter your login ID and password to access the list of online services. On the applicant homepage, you can see a list of available services. For passport renewal, click on Apply for an ordinary passport. Keep your passport nearby to complete the online application form. Choose the passport type you are applying for. In my case, reissue of passport. Once you choose reissue, you must select the reissue reason. Go through the options and choose the one that matches your situation. In my case, I am applying for a change in existing personal particulars. I'll be adding my spouse name and I'll also update my address on the passport. Mention the type of application. Choose normal and 36-page passport booklet. If you choose a 60-page passport booklet, there will be delays in the reissue of the passport. Click Next to proceed further. On the applicant details page, provide all the requested details as per your passport and add any new information that needs to be included in your passport. You will have the option to provide your PAN card number, voter ID details, and Aadhaar card number for identity verification purposes. However, it is not mandatory. Once you are through, click Next to proceed further. On the family details page, mention your family details as per your passport. Add any new information that needs to be included in your renewed passport. In my case, I'm adding my spouse name. Once finished, click Next to proceed further. On the applicant address details page, you must provide an Indian and a Canadian address on your passport application along with proof of both addresses. The first address or the printable address for a PR in Canada must be your present Canadian address, and proof of the same present address must be provided with the passport application. If you are on a study permit, work permit, or on a visitor permit in Canada, you have the option to provide any Indian address where your parents or relatives are residing, or you can also provide your Canadian address as a printable address and your Indian address as other address. You should mention the area police station of your Indian address while filling the online application. You can check this info with the link provided, Know Your Police Station. For the Indian phone number, provide your parents, in-laws or relatives' phone number who reside at the Indian address you have mentioned on the application. Your parents or in-laws or relatives will be contacted on this number before a police verification takes place. Once you have completed all the requested details, click Next. A window will pop up asking you to choose an option for address change. Click on the green button to proceed further. Mention your emergency contact details on the next page and click Next. Fill in all the requested passport details on the previous passport details page. Make sure to enter the exact details as per your passport. You can find your passport file number on the last page at the bottom where your address is mentioned on your passport. Answer questions about the details of your passport and then click Next to proceed further. On the next page, go through the questionnaire and provide details on any pending criminal proceedings against you. Once you are done, click on Next to proceed further. On the passport preview page, verify your passport details, and once you are satisfied with the changes, click Next. A pop-up window will show up asking you to validate your passport details again. Go through them again, and once you are satisfied with these changes, click OK. On the final page, preview your passport application summary and verify if all the information you entered is correct. Certify that all the information submitted by you in this form is accurate and acknowledge the terms of self-declaration. Mention your city after you agree to the declaration and click Submit. You will get a message that the application was submitted successfully. Note down your application reference number and click on the Home button. On the applicant home page, scroll down to the bottom to view your recently submitted application. Select the recent application and you will see an option to print your application. Click Print and save it to a file or send it to a printer. If you made a mistake with your application, just create a new passport application and send the printout of the latest along with your supporting documents. Once you take a printout of your application, you must sign below the photo section and at the end of the page. Affix your photo at the top of the page in the space provided. After completing your online passport reissue application, click on the Application Fees tab, which details the fee for various passport services. Go through the total fees column, as that's the amount you will need to pay to get your passport reissued or renewed. You can pay the fees with exact cash or debit during a walk-in appointment at the BLS Center. If you opt for a postal application, you must send a demand draft or money order with the exact amount, or your application won't be processed. The total fee for a demand draft or money order doesn't include the courier fee for a postal application. You can pay the courier fee online through BLS Postal application link. Later in the video, I'll show you how to pay the courier fee online. You must provide a demand draft in favor of BLS International Services Canada Inc. The entire name is long and impossible to print on the demand draft. You can shorten the name to BLS INTL Services Canada Inc., which is the acceptable format. Click on the Documents tab. Carefully review your jurisdiction checklist and note down what documents you must submit along with your application. You can also find a sample completed application form and application filling instructions. Download them and use them as a reference. Go through the document checklist for your jurisdiction. Scroll down to the second page where you will find all the documents that are accepted for your individual situation. Note down each and every document. While submitting all your documents, you also need to include your checklist. I will show you how to complete this document in a moment. You just need to send the first page, not the entire page. On the document checklist, make sure to check all the documents that you need to submit, just like how I have done, how I am showing you right here. So in my case, I am applying for a passport renewal for adding the spouse name as well as change of address. So for all that, I have marked a check mark for all the documents that I need to submit. And at the top, make sure to mention whether there's a change in the parent's name as mentioned in the existing passport. So if there's no change, strike off yes. If there is change, then strike off no and provide proper documents. I haven't done that. I forgot to do that. You have to take care of that while filling in all the details on your checklist. Make sure everything that is checked, and at the bottom you have to again provide your name. You have to provide the application reference number. When you printed your passport renewal online, you received a application reference number that needs to be mentioned here, your BLS center and the date submitting these documents. There is also a sample form available for your reference which you can use while filling the online passport application. Although I have went through that in the video, you can still use this as a reference while completing your online application. Also go through the instructions as well. So there's an instruction and there's a sample form. Go through the instructions. All the details have been mentioned here is also in the video while filling the application. But you can use this again as a reference for your individual situation. Say in case if I haven't covered anything for a lost passport or for a Tatkal application, you can refer to this particular document for all the details, what you can do and what documents you need to submit. Click on the Forms tab to view all available forms. You will only have to submit additional annexure forms if it's required for your application. You can verify this in the document checklist. Some of the common documents you will need to submit are a completed online application form, a recent photograph pasted on the application form, your original passport, copy of the first and last page of the current passport, copy of valid legal status in Canada, copy of landing papers if you are a PR in Canada, copy of proof of Canadian address, copy of Indian address proof, document checklist, Annexure-E Form. You must sign all your photocopied documents. Annexure-E Form is mandatory for all passport reissue or renewal applications. Let me show you how to complete your Annexure-E Form. On the Annexure-E Form, make sure to provide all the details that are requested and make sure you provide your Canadian address, not the Indian address. And once you're through providing all the details, go through the third point and strike out that does not match your individual situation. And at the bottom, you sign this document and date it. And also mention the place where this was signed. You must provide an Indian and a Canadian address on your passport application along with proof of both addresses. The printable address for a PR in Canada must be your present Canadian address. If you are on a study, work or visitor visa, you can choose which address will be your printable address. You can either use your Canadian address as a printable address or your Indian address as a printable address. For Canadian address proof, you can submit your rental agreement, photo ID issued by the provincial government such as driving license, a provincial photo ID card, a health card with address mentioned on it. You can also submit utility bills like electricity bill, water bill, gas, home internet bills, but all these bills must be in your name and must be recent bills. Students living on the university campus can submit a letter from the university. You can also submit your notice of assessment issued by the Canada Revenue Agency as your Canadian address proof. For Indian address proof, you can submit a copy of your passport if there is no change in your Indian address. If you wish to change your Indian address, you can submit a copy of your spouse's passport who's living at the mentioned address, or your parents' passport given that their names are also mentioned on your passport. You can also submit a voter ID, Aadhaar card and electricity bill. Coming to the postal application process. Once you have printed your completed passport application, your supporting documents and your demand draft, you must pay for the pickup and drop-off service online through the postal link. Choose the pickup and drop-off option and click proceed. On the next page, select the service as passport. You must choose passport as the service at the top of the page even if you are applying for police clearance. Enter the first character of your postal code in Canada and the online form will automatically let you know to which BLS center you must send your application. Complete the pickup address section. Select the package, pickup time and date. Once you're through with your pickup address, complete the drop-off address. The drop-off address can be different from the pickup address. In the drop-off address section, you will have the option to choose the service again, where you will see more options. Choose passport renewal if applying for renewal. After filling in all the details, click proceed next to pay the courier fee online. Verify your details on the next page and accept all terms and conditions and click proceed to pay. On the next page, you can pay for courier using your credit card. After successful payment, you will receive an email with instructions and a link to print your shipping label. Choose an envelope big enough to fit your application. A free Purolator envelope is available at no cost from the courier. Print and affix your shipping label to the envelope. You can also reprint your shipping label from BLS website link. Coming to the walk-in application. To book an walk-in appointment, click on the BLS appointment link. Choose your BLS center and service type to see if an appointment is available. If an appointment is available, complete the form and submit it to book a walk-in appointment. Take a printout of the confirmation of your walk-in appointment and carry it with you to the BLS center along with all the necessary documents. Your passport number must match what you have entered on your walk-in confirmation, as it will be verified by the BLS security at the entry access. You can pay for your application and also get your photo taken at the BLS walk-in center. You can pay through debit or exact cash at the BLS walk-in centers. Coming to the processing time. Processing time for Indian passport renewal in Canada takes 8 weeks under normal circumstances. Postal applications will take additional 3 to 4 working days to process at BLS. Incomplete or incorrect application will result in processing delays. Let me go over some of the most frequently asked questions on passport renewal that I receive from viewers on YouTube. Can I apply for passport renewal before the expiry period to apply for a postgraduate work permit? If you are a student in Canada and need to apply for a postgraduate work permit but your passport expires in 2 years, then you have 2 options. You can apply for reissue instead of renewal on the basis that your address has changed and update your passport with the present Canadian address that you are currently residing in. Or update your passport with a new Indian address where your parents or relatives reside. Both options will help you get a new passport with 10-year validity, which you can use to apply for a 3-year postgraduate work permit. What happens to the visa stamped on my old passport if I apply for a passport reissue? When you apply for a passport reissue, your old passport will be cancelled and a new passport will be reissued. If the visas on your old passport are valid and have not yet expired, you must carry both your passports, old and new, while traveling outside Canada. Can I use the address of my parents, in-laws or siblings as my Indian address? You can use them, but you will need to provide proof of documents to establish a relationship with the person whose address proof ID is being submitted. For example, if you are providing your father-in-law's address proof, you must submit a copy of the address ID of your father-in-law, an Indian passport copy of your spouse where your father-in-law's name is mentioned, and proof of your marriage with your spouse. I hope this video was helpful. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share this video and comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to receive notifications on upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.